How you doing, YouTube? Sean Jackson back here again. Wanted to talk about something today. What everyone needs to be doing with their money ASAP. Number one thing everyone should be doing with their money is reducing their spending. The more money you have today saved, the more money you'll be able to do and put in the market. So there's a app called Mint.com that I use. It lets you link all your bank account and credit card accounts to it, and it shows you how much you spend during the months on everything: gas, food, your bills, your mortgage, rent, everything. So it lets you, make a balance of all your expenses coming in and all the money going out. So I recommend you guys checking it out. It's called Mint.com. It's an app. Number 3, start saving and building an emergency fund. I recommend 3 to 6 months of expenses. So you build this emergency fund literally for emergencies only. I don't know if you've ever heard of Dave Ramsey, but that's a Dave Ramsey method. It's called the snowball effect. The first thing you do to get out of debt is to save $1,000 in emergency fund, right? Second thing you do is you pay down all your lowest interest credit cards, all your debt, stuff like that. But we're not going to go into that in this video. I'm just suggesting to have emergency fund, either $1,000 if that's all you can afford right now, or if you want to go a little bigger, 3 to 6 months of expenses for an emergency. If you lose a job, if something breaks in your house, if you need a new vehicle, that's like your cushion, your backup. Number 3, start saving money for the emergency fund and then putting it in a high yield interest bank. For example, I use Ally, the best one out there, and there's no physical branch. It's not like M&T, Wells Fargo, where you can walk into the bank. Because I have M&T, I have 3 bank accounts. I have M&T Bank, but on my savings account, I get 0.06% interest. So if I have $1,000 in there for a year, I'm getting 6 cents back. So I use Ally Bank because they don't have a branch, so they don't have to pay for rent for the building, electricity. All they got to do is pay their employees, so they can give you a higher interest rate on your money. So I get 1.5% interest on my money. It's still not nothing, but it's better than what M&T Bank gives me. So I put my emergency fund there, and I also put $1,000 in stable coins, which is a cryptocurrency that values to the dollar. I used the app Gemini through my cryptocurrency, and I put $1,000 in there. So every year that $1,000, I get 8% interest on that, which is a lot. So every year that $1,000 makes me $80. So if I have $10,000 in there, it'll make me $800 a year. So I use Ally Bank for emergency fund, and I put $1,000 in a stable coin called Gemini Dollar, right? Number 4, after you've done all that, you need to start investing in the market and don't stop. Especially the stock market, crypto market, real estate, everything's low right now. So it's definitely a good time to start buying things. You need to start doing your homework, research. If you were interested in investing and letting your money work for you so you don't have to work the rest of your life, you need to start doing your homework. And right now is the perfect time to buy crypto and stocks and real estate, right? So that's just my advice to you, because that's what I've been doing. Number 5, you need to maximize your money using different ways, like Roth IRA. If you don't know what that is, I have one. A Roth IRA is an individual retirement account. That's what IRA stands for. So a Roth IRA is mostly for younger people, people I would say under 30 years old, because you can only put in up to $6,000 a year. You can't go over that. But it's taxed money, pre-tax money, meaning once you're 59 and a half, all the money you've put in your Roth IRA, you get to take out tax-free. So anybody that's older, 40s, 50s, and 60s, that are in a higher tax bracket, they want to use a traditional IRA. You can put as much money as you want in them, but when you take that out at 60 years old, you have to pay taxes on the money. So that's the difference. So I'm still young, so I opened up a Roth IRA because I'm in a low tax bracket. So when I'm $59.50, I can take that money tax-free. It's all mine. So that's another thing I suggest. Also, number 6, where to invest your money, right? So there's a couple of things I suggest about that. Number 1, I suggest holding a little bit of money in cash. Like put it in your safe, hide it somewhere in your house just to have some cash on you. Not a lot, but just have some liquid cash on you at all times for anything, right? I suggest that. I also, number 2, index fund. I have an index fund on my Robinhood account, and I have it on my Ally, where I have my savings. I also have my Roth IRA on my Ally Bank. So I have an index fund. What an index fund does is it takes money out of different stocks, one company, and puts it in a bunch of different stocks. For example, the index fund I own has Amazon, Apple, Instagram, stuff like that. It's kind of like the S&P 500. So I recommend using that. And then also, index funds over the last 70 years have made at least an 8% return. So that's pretty good. So the average stock market return is 8%, right? So every year you want to build that compound interest. So you're going to build 8% on top of the 8% you made the year before. The 8% you made the year before, it's going to keep building compound interest. Warren Buffett said compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. Number 3, I suggest investing in cryptocurrency. And the reason I say that, about 5% of your portfolio should be in cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency, 5% of the portfolio would have increased your portfolio net worth by 65% if you started investing in 2014. So 65%. So say if you put $20,000 in there, right, in 2014 in cryptocurrency, it would have went up 65%. So you would have almost pretty much doubled your money, close to it, right? Number 4, diversify. What diversify means, don't have all your eggs in one basket. You want to have stocks, crypto, real estate, index funds. Some people like to invest in gold and silver. So you want to have different investments just in case one goes bad. Say the stock market crashes, but crypto's up. Or crypto crashes, but the stock market's up. Or the real estate crashes, but everything else is up. So you don't want to put your 100% net worth in the cryptocurrency and lose everything. So you want to diversify if possible. So that's just my advice, right? So in my opinion, I put about, I'm going to say 10% of my net worth into cryptocurrency. So every single week, I have a recurring investment. So I take $50 a week and put it in Bitcoin. I take $30 a week and put it into Ethereum. $10 a week in the AMP. $10 a week in the Shiba Inu. And then I also put $100 a month into my Roth IRA. I've been doing that for the last 4 years because I can't touch that till I'm 60 anyway, so I don't max that out. But I put $100 a month into there, right? And I'm actually doing pretty good with that for the last 3 years. I'm at a 35% return, which is very good for the stock market. And then I also just bought my house. So this is another investment. It's not an investment at the moment, but in the next few years, I'm going to buy another house and I'm going to rent this one out and make this an investment property where I'll have renters. I'll be getting, passive income, rental income coming in. So that's my goal. So I'm just trying to educate people on this channel and, brighten people's minds and make you guys understand how you can make your money work for you so you don't have to work the rest of your life. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.